Hey everybody, it's your boy the Budget Enthusiast, and today we're going to take a look at some of my AV equipment I use when I'm watching movies. So the real reason I wanted to do this is because I want you to know what I'm looking at when I'm showing you and telling you about these movies. So if I tell you, hey, this Blu-ray looks beautiful, it may look totally different on your TV, because you don't know what I'm watching it on. So I want to show you what I'm watching it on, and hopefully that'll help you gauge on if it looks different on your screen than it does on mine. So I just want to show you what I have, what I'm using to do all these reviews. Trust me, it's not a lot. That's why my name is the Budget Enthusiast, but hey, we're going to do this anyway. So just like my man Sam Jackson said in Jurassic Park,
hold on to your butts.
All right, so now we're going to start off with this TV thing over here. So this TV is a Sony X900H, 65-inch. I bought this TV fairly recently. I needed to upgrade. I had a older Samsung KS8000 65-inch. And, I mean, it still is a good TV, but you could definitely see its flaws as time went on, especially comparing it to some of the other TVs that were out there. I've had it since 2016, so it was time to upgrade. It didn't do a lot of the new formats that this particular TV that I have now that it does, so it was just time. I put that bad boy in the bedroom, and it is awesome. A 65-inch TV in the bedroom, huge. But anyway, moving on. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take a little closer look at the equipment. So right up top here we have a PlayStation 4 Pro. Below here we have an Xbox One X that has a skin on it that makes it look like an original Xbox. That is my personal favorite Xbox, by the way, the original Xbox. We played so many sweet games on that Xbox, and it was like one of the first systems, maybe the first console to do HD graphics. And I had a little huge HD TV back then, big back TV. Man, it looks so sweet. I thought nothing could look better than that at the time. But right now I am definitely a PlayStation guy. I play most of my games on the PlayStation. So I do own some exclusives on the Xbox that I thoroughly enjoy, but primarily I am on the PlayStation. So moving next door, right here I have two surge protectors. The bottom one is a monster one. The top one is a cyber power. The reason I have two is A, I have a lot of equipment. B, a lot of those pieces of equipment have gigantic plugs that I need to give them room. And C, the top one usually holds a lot of the smaller items. Like I have a Google Nest Hub right here, and right behind that I have my Google Wi-Fi. So those types of things will get plugged up there, and you'll see more as we move on, but a lot of the smaller things get plugged up into the top, and then the bottom one usually houses my main equipment. So speaking of that, right below that is my Sony Dn 1080 receiver. This bad boy here, I got this maybe 2-3 years ago, and I absolutely love it. Like, this is my first Sony receiver. I usually buy Onkyo, but this time around I figured I'd try the Sony, and man, I was surprised. It is really, really good. It's probably my favorite one that I've had in a long time. This particular one does Dolby Atmos and DTS:X, so all the latest codecs. It can stream Spotify and all that stuff. So all I can do is I just pull up the app, click the little speaker icon at the bottom, and just throw it right onto my receiver, and it sounds good. It has a little music enhancer, so it actually sounds really good. So I'm impressed. And it was, relatively inexpensive for AV receiver. So this one retails usually around $500-$600. I think when I got it, it was on sale for like $450. But for an AV receiver that you're going to keep for many years, that has the latest codecs and streaming services, that's a steal. So if you don't have an AV receiver right now and you can still get your hands on one of these, and you do have a smaller budget, I would recommend this particular receiver right here. So moving on. So now we're going to move on to my Blu-ray player. So my Blu-ray player is the UBP X700. So it's a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray player. Above that bad boy is my Roku Ultra, as you see that right here. I am definitely a Roku guy. All of my streaming devices here, besides the TV, of course, are Roku. Beside that, I have a hard drive that contains some movies. Let's see, we have my Logitech Harmony Hub, so for my Harmony Elite remote. And next to that, I actually have a Lenovo ThinkCentre mini computer. So I can go online using a wireless keyboard and mouse, and it just displays on my television. So it makes everything huge, 65 inches of Amazon.com or whatever else you're looking at on there. It's amazing. So I don't use that as often to do like video editing or anything like that, but I do use it for just casual web browsing, or sometimes I throw Spotify on this and just have it playing the whole time when I'm not messing around, with the app. So moving on down, we have a Sony Ps3. This PS3 I've had since launch, pretty much, and it has held up the entire time. I got this refurbished off a Best Buy employee auction site that they used to have back when I worked there. Like, this is way back, and I got this bad boy. It's an original one. See, it has the shiny chrome on it. So this one is the original 60 gig version, but I upgraded the hard drive. I think it's 320 gigs on this one. I think that was one of the largest that you can get at the time. And it got a bunch of games and stuff on it. And of course, as you see, it's skinned just like my other two systems. So I always keep that theme going. So we're going to take a move up here. I already mentioned that I have a Nest hub here. So I'm in the Google ecosystem pretty much all the way around. I do have a MacBook though, and I do have an iPad, but other than that, I'm definitely Team Google. So right here I have a Harmony Elite remote. This remote I've had for quite some time too. Still works. Still, the battery life isn't as good as it used to be, but hey, it's all right. It's got a little charging cradle here. You saw the Harmony Hub earlier. So this is the remote that goes along with it. This controls my entire system, so it's nice and easy if you have never seen a Harmony remote before. So you would hit activities, and then you have all these different activities. You press one of the buttons, and it will turn everything on associated with that particular activity. It is an awesome, awesome remote. Update though, Logitech just announced that they're not going to do remotes anymore, so they're gonna bow out of the remote business, which, man, it hurt my heart, because if this one dies, I probably won't be able to find another one anywhere. So it sucks, man. Feelings were definitely hurt, but it's all right though. I mean, I'll figure something else out, either that or I'll just try to continue to repair this bad boy, get the battery replaced 1,000 times. But yes, so that is my Logitech Harmony Elite remote. So we're gonna move on here. So these are my speakers. This is my center channel here. It's a JBL, as you can see here, a little JBL action. This particular thing, I've had these speakers probably since 2006. I got these, I had just started with the Geek Squad at that time, like doing the AV equipment and stuff, and mounting TVs. And I loved these speakers when I heard them. Like, I could have got the Klipsch at the time, but these actually were a better deal. I thought that they sounded very close to the Klipsch for a significantly cheaper price. So, hey, remember, I was the budget enthusiast way back then, dog. So don't get it twisted. Like, I've had these forever, and I absolutely love them, and they will probably stay with me until they don't work anymore. So right here, as you can see, that's the tower speakers. That's my right speaker there. This is my movie collection. I have some DVDs and some boxes, and I actually have some DVDs at my job, like at work in my office. So for right now, this is pretty much what you're gonna see here. It's about close to 600 movies on this rack. It's getting tight in there, man. It's getting tight. But look, check this out, y'all. Like follow me here. So they give you all this space. You got all the space here, all the space. But they give you this section here, and I guess it's for CDs. That's what people have been telling me. They're like, bro, it's for CDs. It's for CDs. Yeah. But I didn't buy a DVD / Blu-ray rack for a CD section. Who listens to CDs, man? Who listens to CDs? Shoot, people barely even watch physical media at all. But you didn't need to add that in there. You could have just made this just slightly taller, so I could put my Blu-rays in there, man, and maybe I wouldn't be running out of space right now. But that's besides the point. This is my Blu-ray collection, as you see over here. Moving back here, we have the rear speakers on both sides. You're gonna briefly see some posters. And here we go. We got my other one over here. So this one, these speakers, I'm telling you, I absolutely love these speakers. They have served me well in my time. So they will stay with me. They sound great. They look good. I'm all for it. So final set of speakers here. We have these Sonys here. These Sonys are actually Atmos speakers. So these have the Atmos technology built into them, so they can actually process the directional sound fields that are coming from the receiver. So these are special ones. So you can just order these online. I got these from Amazon. They were on sale for $100 a pair, but usually they're $200 for the pair, and Amazon just had a deal. Yeah. And this handsome fella right here is my baby boy Bentley. So if you notice, when I pan back, you can see a little bed down here, a little doggy bed with some toys in it. So he doesn't live with me, but I get him whenever I want to, or whenever his mother goes out of town and, you know, she doesn't want to slap him in a little boarding place. He can come stay with his daddy. So say hello to Bentley there, everybody. Hey, thanks for going on that tour with me. Hopefully you guys get a better understanding of the type of things that I use on a daily basis with my AV equipment, and some of the eccentric things that I have running around here, horror movie themed, as you know. Again, thank you. Hopefully this was very informative for you. And even if you didn't know anything about AV equipment, at least just seeing that a regular dude like me can actually have some decent stuff. I don't pay a lot of money for a lot of the things that I have, but my AV equipment, I do want to spend a little bit, but I still have a budget, dog. So remember that. So y'all stay safe, mask up. Even if you're vaccinated, public places are still kind of dangerous. Peace.